This is from Complex Pop. It says Harold and Kumar 4 is officially in the works. Not 1, not 2, not 3. You got it. 4. 4. Harold and Kumar 4. A fourth one. That's cuatro for those who speak the Espanol. Okay? It says Harold and Kumar 4 is officially in the works. They are expected to reprise their roles, the two main characters. That's it. I don't have more information. That's all I got. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. So I just wanted y'all to know that. Harold and Kumar 4. Now, I'm going to be very honest with you. I have no idea why we need a fourth one. I don't watch this franchise. I don't watch these kind of movies. But I spoke to a friend of mine, and I was like, I don't even remember there being a third one. And they told me, quote, there didn't need to be one. It wasn't even a legit movie. It was a Christmas special. Now, I don't know if that's true. Y'all got to do your research. But I don't understand why. Like, how many Get High movies do we need? What do I mean by that? I like to call them Get High movies. There's a group of movies that it's like, we made this for people to watch when they're intoxicated. In my opinion, Cocaine Bear is one of those movies that's come out in the recent years. It's a movie that you can't really take seriously. It's like, this shouldn't even exist. There's got to be a joke. But if you watch it intoxicated, if you watch it high, then you'll enjoy it. There's other movies like this. Pineapple Express is a classic example of this. Even though I think you don't got to be high to watch Pineapple Express, but it does enhance the experience, I've heard. Didn't do the research on that one, but that's what I've heard. So, yeah, that's what I have heard about those kind of movies. I don't know how many of these we need. Like in 2025, I don't know why we're still doing like the silly, ridiculous, we got intoxicated, we made this for the intoxicated crowd movies. I feel like, man, poor Hollywood. This is really what we got to do. I mean, maybe I sound like a broken record, and that's fine. I'm sure I can understand why somebody who's a fan of the franchise or any of the franchises I say what I'm about to say about are tired of hearing me say it, but I just don't understand why we need to continue to create or more and more and more and more sequels of movies. Like, let's move on to something else. I think it also, which I've said before, I think sometimes, not all the time, some of them end up being okay, but I think sometimes when you can continue to just put out movie after movie after movie, sequel after sequel after sequel, you water down the legacy of this franchise so much that it kind of becomes like that artist who just wouldn't stop making music. And you're like, man, they used to be great, but now they just put out any old thing. And I feel like Hollywood has continued to do this. And I feel like I don't really know why. And I don't think they're considering that. And maybe they don't care. Maybe they just care that, hey, we're going to make a couple dollars and that's it. But I think, like, as a fan of a franchise, like a good example of this was when Disney made their Star Wars movies, those 3 movies they made that were 7, 8, and 9. They just put out any old thing. It was garbage. And instead of saying, hey, we're going to take the time to take a step back and recreate something that is quality, not quantity, they just were like, we're putting out a Star Wars movie every year for the next couple of years. And sure, Star Wars is such a big franchise that like it made big money the first 1 film or 2 films, but fans were not happy, and you saw those numbers start to go down. So much so that some of the movies they announced when they first bought Disney, or even as those first couple of movies were coming out, they said, actually, we see there's not enough demand for this. And they had to scrap them. So I think as a Star Wars fan, you know what I'm saying? There's like not enough demand for those things today. They had to kind of start almost over with the whole like Mandalorian and Ahsoka and all these other things, Boba Fett show, so they could kind of regain the trust and the interest of the fans. And I think that's a great example of what I continue to say. Like, you put out so much hot garbage that it becomes challenging for fans and audiences to come and put their asses in seats and give you those ticket sales that you want. So I think that this is something that Hollywood has a problem with, but continues to do because they just care about the dollars. And so I think it's sad for the fans of that. Like, Star Wars fans went through a lot of drama at that time and were pissed off and split on what was good and not good, what character should have stayed alive, what character should have died, all this stuff. And so I'm not saying Harold and Kumar might go through that, but I know I've said that a lot up here as of late, but they keep doing it. And I feel like they don't realize that. So yeah, that's my take. Harold and Kumar 4. Why?